Welcome to Lingua Latina Tutorials with Mr. K. This is Chapter 37, Lesson 3. Follow along as I read aloud. Anchises, at tum primum saevus horror aeneam perfudit, nam cum regem senem ex crudeli vulnerem orientem videret, venit ei in mentem ipsius pater senex Anchises et uxor Creusa et parvus filius Ascanius, quos solos domi desseruerat, tum subito mater Venus in luce pura per noctem fulgens, filio se videndam obtulit, e ique suasit ut celeriter domum ad suos fugeret, simulque promissit se ipsam filium tutum ad limen domus patriae ducturam esse. Aeneas igetur descendit et, ac ducente Dea inter flammas et hostes elapsus est, neque tela neque flammae et inocuerunt. Okay, read through the rest of that section. Goes till line 285. Read it aloud in Latin and come back and let's translate. We have a story about Anchises. But then, for the first time, an awful fear or awful terror or horror flooded through Aeneas. For when he saw the old king dying from his bloody wound, there came to him into his mind his own old father, or the old father of himself, named Anchises, and his wife Creusa, and their little son Ascanius, whom he had deserted alone at home. Then suddenly his mother Venus, flashing out through the night in a pure light, showed herself to her son and persuaded him to quickly flee home to his relatives. A couple things to point out here. Obtulit, from obfero, to show, to offer something. She offered herself to be seen to her son, literally. But basically she allowed herself to be seen by her son. And she persuaded him, suasit, remember, takes the dative, persuaded him to quickly flee home. And then ad suos, suus aum, his, her, or its own, often can just mean to your relatives, to his own people, to his relatives. And at the same time, she promised him that she herself, here's indirect statement, so she's the subject here, that she would lead her son safe to the doorway, the threshold of his father's house. Indirect statement, when you have the subject, then becomes the reflexive of su sui sibi se. So said that she promised that she would be the leader to him. Therefore Aeneas went down, and with the goddess leading him between the flames and the enemy, he slipped away. Elapsus est, from elabor. Neither weapons nor flames harmed him. And nocera is one of those words that takes the dative. Offered no harm to him, from is ea id, is eus ei. Okay, once you've read through that section and translated every word, it's time to go back and read it aloud in Latin with understanding the Latin as Latin. So, Anchises, at tum primum saevus horror aeneam perfudit, nam cum regem senem ex crudeli vulnerem morientem videret, venit ei in mentem ipsius pater senex Anchises et uxor Creusa et parvus filius Ascanius, quos solos domi desseruerat. So, as you read it, you picture what's going on, but then a horrible, terrible or awful horror flooded through Aeneas. So think about that image as you read.